Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, we're heading down a very well-treaded road yet again. Because we're talking about something that we've talked about before, but the thing is, this should have been a solved issue, but it no longer is. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the fate of Netherrealm Studios and many other properties under the Warner Brothers banner, as Warner Brothers had the big merger with Discovery, and during this time, well, a lot of fates of a lot of companies in the Warner umbrella were at risk of being sold, but that merger finally went through. It's a done deal, we don't got to worry about it anymore, so everyone who is under threat of sale, well, you don't got to worry no longer. However, turns out that may not be the case. So here we are now post-merger, and Warner is looking to dump about $3 billion worth of assets. And with that, looks like even post-merger of the company, Netherrealm Studios is potentially on the chopping block up for sale yet again. So the first whiff of this came from Imran Khan, who currently works at Fanbyte and used to work as an editor at Game Informer, so in the game news biz, and is hearing chatter that Warner Brothers game divisions are once again up for sale. This would then directly be corroborated by August gamesman Jeff Gerstmann, who states he has been hearing much the same. And for my money, I've been following Jeff Gerstmann for 20-some years now. He's someone I'm inclined to believe. So while this does affect more than Netherrealm Studios, Netherrealm is like the biggest prize of the Warner Brothers lot, to be sure. So that said, now we have some names attached to this as well. Imran Khan states that EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, Tencent, NetEase, and PUBG Corporation, which I didn't even really know they're in the buy-in business, these are all people looking to buy the studios. Now, another thing stated there is Warner is looking to sell the studios and license the IP, so therefore they're keeping the intellectual property. If you are looking to sell off $3 billion worth of stuff after your merger, something like a Netherrealm Studios, well, very valuable, a very, long-term dedicated company, made a lot of big games, but if it doesn't necessarily come lock, stock, and barrel with the Mortal Kombat license, it's simply not as valuable. It's one thing to license the game, sure, we can keep making Mortal Kombat games, but if we don't own Mortal Kombat, it's not quite the same. But then again, from a Warner perspective, you want to keep your earners, right? Like that recent Mortal Kombat movie, even if it wasn't that good, it actually kind of made money hand over fist. So if you can just keep pumping out kind of so-so movies and making the money, there's not too much incentive to get rid of it. Still, that said, as a very open secret, Netherrealm is currently working on Mortal Kombat 12, not Injustice 3, sorry. And that is one of the incentives to buy, right? If you get Netherrealm Studios, you'll get to work on the new Mortal Kombat, and then those sales become your sales, even if you don't necessarily own the IP. And then the question becomes, well, who's buying? So last year, actually, before the merger was complete, there was some pretty credible scuttlebutt that Microsoft was looking to get Netherrealm and Rocksteady. However, now we know, post the Activision deal and the many billions and billions of dollars they spend on that, perhaps they can't afford studios of that caliber anymore because, the wallet's running a little dry. Besides that, Sony is definitely in acquisition mode. They've already bought, Bungie and some other stuff, and they said they're nowhere near done. And they did buy this little indie fighting game tournament called EVO. So having their own in-house fighting game development studio would definitely be a great boon to them. No pun intended, I guess. PlayStation All-Stars 2 made by NRS? I guess anything's possible. And then when you just get down the numbers, Tencent has the most money realistically. And, well, if they want to just force a bidding war, they'll win. But in the end, here we are again, I guess. I thought after the merger was finally done with, all this talk would go away, but it looks like, no, it's going to be an inevitability, it would seem. It's just a matter of who ponies up the most amount of money first. Maybe this doesn't change the future of Mortal Kombat as a whole, but it certainly alters the trajectory a little bit. Is there a best case buy? Because if it goes to one of the platform holders, well, that point, then you run into the risk of exclusivity, and then you basically cut one whole platform out of it. You would think, like Call of Duty, Activision said, or rather Microsoft through Activision, Call of Duty will remain multi-platform in the future. Mortal Kombat's a big enough seller that perhaps even if one of the console holders get it, they would remain multi-platform because that makes the most amount of money in the end. The only thing I know for sure is of all the presented options given, people would definitely, of all of them, not want EA to buy Netherrealm Studios. EA is where studios go to die. It's been proven time and time and time again. So no one wants that evil on NRS. So anyways, that is the news as it currently stands. So the fate of NRS is up in the balance right now. So if you got any thoughts, opinions, or comments, post it in the comment section below. But otherwise, hey, we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. And go out and play some Mortal Kombat.